Ambassador Ageler, can be designations of people and companies concerning cases, so-called vodno parcels, be interpreted as your support, as support of United States for the Supreme Court, since this case is now pending for final decision, and your meeting with the judges that happened in October?
First of all, the designations that were announced by the Department of Treasury on Thursday were very important. They're another aspect of what U.S. law requires, that when we are aware of an individual or individuals who are involved in corrupt activities, that U.S. law requires us to name them and to delineate what those malign activities and corruption was. So the announcements on Thursday of Mr. and Mrs. Samsonenko and also Mrs. Kamcheva are a result of that. They actually don't have anything connected to that particular case or another particular case. I was happy to be invited by the Supreme Court judges to go and talk with them, because judiciary is important. And so whether it's the Vodno parcels case or any case before any court in the country, we hope very much that the judges will follow the law and will make decisions that are based on the law and do it in a way that is transparent to every citizen of this country.
Your visit to the Supreme Court, meeting with the judges, in the media was interpreted like your support to the judges in the period they were facing pressures from outside concerning the ex-president pardons. What do you think, where the attacks and influence in judiciary come from? For example, Thelma noted that people close to the DUI's officials are opening websites that are attacking, are having websites that are attacking Besa Ademi, Chief of Supreme Court.
Right. Well, listen, I think you know, and I think many citizens of this country know, that the United States and the United States Embassy has worked very, very hard in over 30 years in our relationship with this country to support the judiciary at all levels, whether it's prosecutors, whether it's defense attorneys, whether it is basic court judges or Supreme Court judges. And we are very strong and clear about our support for the institution, for the judiciary, rather than an individual judge. And so the Supreme Court for this country and for mine is an incredibly powerful symbol. It is the court of last resort, as we say. And so what I discussed with the judges is how important it is for all of them, individually and as a body, to follow the law, to make their decisions so that the people of this country understand how and why they reach those decisions.
In the last week designation of Montenegrin businessman Davidovic Daka were also in explanation mentioned ex-Prime Minister Zaev and ex-General Secretary Rashkovsky. On the other hand, they were also mentioned that Davidovic Daka corruption has influence in a Western Balkan government or actual or previous politicians, officials.
Right.
Does this mean North Macedonia, and what's the message?
Well, I have to confess to you that as the U.S. ambassador to North Macedonia, I tend to focus on what's going on in this country. But I will tell you that in the designations that we have seen so far, that corruption does not tend to stay in one country. The Balkans is an area that is very interconnected, and we have certainly seen those with the designations here. But I think one of the important points, and we stated it in our posting on last Thursday when the designations came out, that who you do business with can and will affect you and your family, whether they are in this country or somewhere else in the region.
What do you expect after the designations? Do you expect institution to react more, to take some measures, maybe to open investigations, charges, or what do you expect?
You know, something that's very interesting is that each time We have designated individuals for corruption in this country. Every citizen, every friend that I have spoken with here says, of course, because people know. People know who the corrupt actors are in this country. And so there is no legal requirement for any institution in this country to take action, but it is very much my hope that among the institutions who already know that there is corruption in these cases, that they will indeed follow up, because the people of this country should demand it, and they deserve it. They deserve to have this corruption investigated and followed up and prosecuted.
Ambassador Ageler, thank you very much for
Thank
this
you so
interview.
much.